Today is Monday, June 2nd, 2025. And with your host, the Christian Internet Reporting. And it's all of that at one time. And then, of course, this is your daily Bible reading or Bible study and looking at the Bible as a Christian book. And then, of course, looking at the world through the lens of being a Christian based on the Bible, and also being whatever else I am, because I am many things, I'm many different things, conflicting things that are different, opposite things, and I have sometimes no awareness of what these things are that I am. And this is whatever a person is, made up of their experiences, everything they've encountered, whatever it is, whoever they are, so to speak. And that is what you are, and that is who you are. And then how you behave and how you act is through training and learning and practice according to whatever access, your zip code, so to speak, speaking in geographical terms, time period, which decade, which version, whose version of that, who has the pulpit, so to speak, and under whose authority, and what is the printing date, and what's the copyright, and all of that, and who, and then of course, then there's personality, passion, preference, and then whatever people happen to be pushing at the time. And this would be anything from medicine, snake oil, medicine, snake oil salesman, so to speak, or faith healers, and which many people see as the same thing. Whatever that type of faith is, and you'll take a look out here, just anywhere you look, on the internet, TV, radio, shirts, books, tapes, and somebody is selling something. Everything is for sale. And what is the cost? What are you paying for what you get? And what are you getting? And why are you reading it? And some people don't even know what they're reading. And they're buying it. And they don't even know what they're buying. And they think they're looking at one thing, but what they're doing is they're buying something else with something. And what is your the currency, medium of currency? What is that? How do you communicate that in an economic way? Through money. What is your money, in other words? In other words, how do you get what you exchange for whatever it is that you're getting? Even if you think you're getting something else, or you want something else, you might even think, oh, I want this. And so, you get that, you actually buy this. And you buy that plus this. But you have to buy this. You can't, even if you don't check out, if you're in the store, you're buying it. It's being sold and you're buying it. And it's always being sold. The books, to the writing of books, the books, listen, there's never going to be an end to the writing of books. And there's never going to be an end to the publishing of books in some way. From whatever it was on the first cave painting, or the first time anybody ever skipped a rock across a pond or did something with either their finger or a stick in the earth to make a mark on purpose, so as to communicate, whether to their own self or to some other person or people or something, for some reason, on purpose, then that is writing. A book, whether you call it a book or not. That's what it is. And what is writing? It is when you communicate on purpose, for a reason. And then, of course, who is the audience and where is the audience? Who will be the audience? Sometimes the intended audience is not the actual reader of the book. But what is the book dealing with? What is the title of the book, and how is the book itself framing itself? And this goes to the editors, beyond the author or the authors. How is it being sold? What does the cover look like? Who designed it? Who got paid for what part of the process? And again, exchanging what for what. It's not just about greenbacks or buckskins or a silver or whatever kind of metallic coin. This is what are you getting in exchange for what? In other words, what is for what? Or what? How do you get what you want? Whatever it is, you may not even be thinking in terms of getting what you want. You may just be thinking in terms of, I just am being entertained. And then if that's the case, you're being entertained, well, then you're enjoying life, and hopefully you're not being hurt by it. Such as if while you're being entertained, whatever is entertaining you and you're being entertained by it is doing to your brain what sugar, refined white sugar would be doing to your body, so to speak. So yeah, of course, whatever you're putting in, that's kind of how it's going to come out. Garbage in, garbage out. And today, depends on whatever you are. A lot of what I am is often what I put in on purpose is garbage to escape or to entertain myself. Or sometimes I just like listening stuff and reading stuff that is just going to help me escape. And in many ways, live a fantasy life for just a second. And if that's the case, hopefully, I won't do that too much. I want to stay aware of whatever I'm being made up of is what I am. Whatever I'm becoming is what I am essentially. If I am that, I am going to do that. And if I'm going to do that, well, then of course, that demonstrates what I am. So, that has to do with then, of course, whatever it is, being an American, or a Christian, or a Dodgers fan, or an Angels fan, or a Clippers fan, or a Lakers fan. But you can get all of this in the books. Oh, and speaking of the books, now, listen, here's the other element here that I'm left out, and that's Star Wars. The prequels. And George Lucas is the key, and Lucas is the key. And the prequels is the best Star Wars that there is, and if you want more information, look up the books, search the books. Order now, limited time, when these first editions go off the shelves, and you will need to get the second edition. But if you want the first edition, you can still write me personally, communicate to me personally in a letter to tell me that you want these books. But you need to search the books, and you need to tell me why you want the books. I'm not going to tell you. You search the books and you tell me. And then we'll talk. I'll send you the books. No charge to you. While quantities last and while they're available. Because these books are going off the shelves, and once they're replaced by the second editions, you can still get these books, but you're going to have to buy them off the shelves. They're not going to be there. So you need to go online and you need to order these books now. And then, of course, if you want the book, write me a letter and I'll send you the book, no charge. But you've got to do it now. You search the book. And friends, that's all the time we have for today. I haven't even really looked at any of the news, other than to say the good news is that Jesus saves, dear friends. Speaking according to the Bible, if you want to speak on those tongues, which I am now, preaching the good news, dear friends, that Jesus saves. And there is no other name under heaven given among men, so as to say all people, using the language of the King James Version, whereby we must be saved. And that is the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, dear friends. And so, if you're into that, great. And if you're not into that, super. And now, friends, I leave you with these words from the wise and powerful Jedi. And these were written by George Lucas, another wise and powerful Jedi, so to speak. And from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, written and directed by George Lucas, producer Rick McCallum, executive producer George Lucas, an all-time epic masterpiece. And yes, George Lucas wrote this. And these words are spoken by the character, Qui-Gon Jinn, to young Anakin Skywalker as they were about to leave Coruscant to fly back to Naboo across the galaxy. In this magnificent movie, beautiful story, The Phantom Menace, written and directed by George Lucas. And these are the words. I leave you with these words. Spoken by the wise and powerful Jedi, Qui-Gon Jinn. Remember, your focus determines your reality. And may the Force be with us.
broken headed, right? And there's no justice unless you're like me. Otherwise,